Hello again, I'm Quinn, and these are Not Bonsai. It is part 2 of my little jade jungle repotting. So we're going to repot this very kind of forgotten jade that I've just been growing. You can see here it's had some pretty major chops. When I got it, he was in pretty bad shape. I got him for free on Craigslist, as I mentioned in the previous video. So today we're going to pull him out of his pot and see just what kind of soil we're working with down there. You can see here, this is an old stump of a bit that was growing before. That was dead when I got it, as was this. So what I had was a very long, scraggly looking stem with some green going, and I cut it, got these two little guys, let them dry out a little. And that's because he's been extra hard to water. Like you can see, I did water him pretty good about a week ago, and it doesn't look like he dehydrated at all. So it's time to get him out of this soil, get him into some other soil, let his roots go a little bit, rehydrate him, and I think he'll be fine. You can see the stem isn't dried out, and the top new growth leaves are looking fine. So I think he'll do all right. He's not going to be getting any better in the soil he's in now. And then over here, we have a recent purchase. I got this on clearance. You can see it's a succulent of some sort, no idea. That they let it dry out a little. I guess that's why it was on clearance. Yeah, it's labeled cactus succulent. So helpful. It was $3, and he's already got a good trunk on him here. So I'm thinking just, chop him. Looks like he'll ramify just fine. Not sure if we'll be doing that today. Just kind of wanted to show him off, as well as some other things. This is a new pot I got at the thrift store. And I wanted to point this out because this is extra neat, aside from being small, which I enjoy. It has a giant drain hole, and the drain hole itself in there is sloped down towards the bottom. And there's a slight slope on the sides of the pot itself. So this pot is going to drain really well. I'm very happy about that, and I thought it was a weird material when I got it. And I show you here on the bottom, it says Polypots, POLYPOTS.com. Actually, I went to the website and checked it out. This is apparently 100% recycled plastic. So, should hold up pretty well too. Pretty neat. I got that for 75 cents. Not a bad deal. Yeah, I thought, I always, if I see something on the bottom of the pot, I obviously want to investigate. So it was kind of neat to find out. And then I'm super excited about this pot here. It's grown on me. At first I was like, I don't really like that so much. But you can see it's all kind of like blown apart almost. So I think I got a real fun idea coming up for this one. Almost kind of looks like a shell casing to me. And it's just all dented and random. And so I like that a lot. And that was $1.50. And then here, got this just today at the Goodwill. I had gone yesterday, no pots. And then I went today, pot. So if you're trying to buy pots at the Goodwill in my area, you better be on top of your game. This was $4. So, a little expensive, but not really, I feel like, for the pot. It does have a crack, but, when it finally decides to give on me, I imagine I will have gotten $4 worth of use out of it. So let me do a little cleanup here, and we'll get this jade out of there and see exactly what we're working with. This is it's kind of nerve-wracking. This is one of the very first things I was ever nervous about working on. So I didn't. I just took it out of the old broken terracotta pot it was in. I didn't even really try to brush any of the old dirt off because it just seemed like a rock. And I put it in some of my little perlite and pumice soil mix. So let's get them out of here and see what we have. Oh yeah, it seems like basically basically just going to be pulling out the same old slip pot that I had done and doing the work I had postponed. Well, maybe we got a little root growth. I'll get my little skewer over here. We'll start seeing what we got. So, kinda like I thought. That's pretty much all the soil I had it in. You can see the white perlite pumicey stuff here. And now I get to scrape for who knows how long on this brick. I'm becoming very good at this whole brick scraping process. So, I'll be back with you in a moment. Alright, hopefully you can see here, we've got a pretty funky root base going on. It was very hard to get all the dirt out of there, but I was surprised. If you can see here the dark brown spot on the roots, that seems to be like just really old jade flesh. A lot of the old parts I thought were dead, like you can see what I called a stump earlier, appears to in fact be just fine. Now, we're certainly never going to get a traditional radial root base out of this, but I'm actually pretty pleased because I got a ton of jades. I can do the normal old, pretty much any variety jade I want. This one has a pretty funky thing going on, so I think I'm going to bury it to about there and just develop it as is and see what we get with this weird trunk that's all knotty and gnarly as it thickens. So I'm actually pretty excited about the funkiness we got down there. Like I said, I got plenty of jades. I don't have any that look like this on the bottom. So let me get a little pot selection picked out and we'll see what he fits in. I remember now. I already had a pot in mind. I wanted to put him in this one. Figured to give him some room to grow. It has 4 little drainage holes on the bottom. Good angle, so I think this would be a great choice. I've already got a little base layer of my soil down in there. Kind of gauged the height already. I am pretty excited about this one. I think it's going to stand right up too. Won't even need any of my anchor rocks. It's mostly just a trunk at this point. But, like I said before, these things are rather resilient, so I think he will be just fine. And as it gets some roots down at the bottom, we'll probably be exposing more of that cool trunk. Well, here's our jade, planted up in his little pot to grow for quite some time. Like I said, I'll wait until, conveniently, I can kind of see some of the scars I've made. Once they've kind of dried up and healed over a little bit, I can give them a water and an actual watering. But until then, I'll be misting him once, twice a day, you know, kind of as often as I can get on it with my overwhelming amount of plants to take care of. So, hopefully, he has a very bright future here on NotBonsai. Well, thanks again.